everybody, welcome back to another video. And today, in this final video of 2024, I want to sort of just give a recap of everything that's happened. So, firstly, basically in January, I was adjusting from the year 11 workload, which was honestly not that much. It was a fairly easy year, considering it's a senior year. I was very surprised how easy it was. And I'm not looking back as like nostalgia or anything and being like, oh yeah, I remember how easy it was and it was actually difficult. No, like I remember how difficult it was starting year 12 and I was like, year 11 was nothing like this. What are they preparing us for? So yeah, January was me adjusting to year 12. Then February, the rest of my class was getting ready to depart on basically an excursion that was going to last for a fair while. And guess what? Because I have something funny with my gut, which I don't think I've ever talked about on this channel because it's not normal. Well, it's not relevant to the channel. I have something known as celiac disease. It's basically at least in my case, I'm pretty sure it's in general, like an all-encompassing thing, but at least for my case, it is a genetic switch that was switched on out of basically nowhere back in 2022. And I mean, I don't need to talk about the road to get to where I am now, from first being diagnosed. In April and May and June, 3 months was all on the brake disc. I don't know if I ever said this I definitely said it in my major work presentation, which may be where I'm remembering it from, and I didn't actually say it on the channel. I don't recall. Basically, the reason it took 3 months is because I had no idea what was going on at all. I had no clue, and I was still trying to figure it out, and I was still a newbie to mechanics. I was in the middle of my course, which is something that I don't think I've talked about on here before. I was enrolled in a TAFE course for mechanics. That's why I'm able to go out and get my apprenticeship now, because I've graduated from it. But I didn't graduate from it until my major work was almost completely done. So, it wasn't... I was still quite new to the trade and quite new to the inner workings of everything when I really, really needed it. So that was fun. But yeah, so then... once the break was done, then July was where things moved really quickly, because finally I keep saying the go-kart. The brake disc was completely done. It was all finished. It was all replaced. All was well, and I could finally start racing forward and finishing the other things that I needed to get done like a month ago. Back in May. Late May, early June, I needed these things done, and I hadn't even started them yet, so I raced through those because they were all really easy, trivial stuff. Barely any mechanics, it's mainly just cleaning stuff. So I raced through all that, and then got to the mechanic stuff again, and then things slowed down a little bit. So that was July. I can't speak today. I'm really sorry. August and September was on the fuel tank. Well, fuel system in general, but especially the fuel tank, since the fuel tank took quite a while to get things done. So yeah, August and September was the fuel tank. August was mainly like, right, what am I going to do about the fuel tank? And then being like, oh yeah, I don't really know what size to get. And then September was me trying 4 or 5 different sizes until I finally found one that fit. So that was fun again. A lot of the way I can describe a lot of things that happen in the go-kart is they're just fun. It was a lot of entertainment on this stuff. It really was, believe me. So then that's September. At this point, September was finished. I had just graduated from my TAFE course. October was I think October was a lot of like the panel stuff, so taking the stickers off, like the sticker decals and putting them back on. this is all, like, I haven't done any revision on this at all, so this video could you could almost just ignore this entire video. I could be completely wrong on half of this stuff. November was getting the kart to actually start, or at least getting it prepped to start. I think I did actually start it in November. I think maybe it was December. Either or. I definitely was, at the very least, I was prepping the kart to be started in November, at the very least. And then I started it, and it all worked. And then, literally not even 2 weeks later, from it starting for the very first time, I was out on track, and it all worked great. My plan for next year is that I am going to get my apprenticeship for a start. I've already reached out to a couple places. I've actually got a response back from one of them, so I'm going to be going to an interview at some point in the near future. I won't say when, but it'll be a surprise for you all. If I get the job, it'll be a surprise. I'll surprise you all. Then, on top of doing my apprenticeship, I do also want to at least try to get a few races under my belt in the club that I'm in, because I am enrolled in a club. I do have to upgrade my membership from basically practice day to like actually eligible for competition, which costs a fair bit more money. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be fun. But yeah, before I can race though, I need the go-kart to start again, which is the big thing. And the two things that I know for sure, or at least one of them is guaranteed. The other one I'm just going to replace because it's getting old anyway. The thing is guaranteed is the battery. The battery is completely shot. It's ruined. It's broken. It's trash. It won't even try to start the car anymore. It's just sad. It really, like I like you saw earlier in the video, you know, the major work, the actual presentation in front of the faculty members, in front of the teachers who were marking it, it didn't start. It refused to start in front of people marking my year-long project, and it refused to start. And I was so nervous that it's going to really hamper my mark. And the second thing, which is not necessarily, like it's not broken, but it's just very old, is the spark plug. Spark plug's very, very easily accessible on my engine. I'm not sure about every engine ever, but on my Rotax Max engine, it is very, very easily accessible. You literally just take off one little rubber thing, unscrew the, not the ignition coil, the spark plug, put the spark plug back in, put the little rubber cover over it, push it back on, done, finished. So, yeah. Then that's it. I'm ready to take my car out on track again once I can confirm that it starts and does actually work. Then that'll be it. All done. All finished. And I'll be ready to, if I am able to, I'll be able to take it out on track again, which is what I really want to do. So, yeah, that's my plans for 2025 as of right now. I'm not saying that those two things, my apprenticeship and fixing two parts on a car, is going to take an entire year. I'm not saying it's going to take that. My apprenticeship will definitely take an entire year. In fact, it's going to take 4 entire years. So my videos at the end of the year, when I say, oh, my plans for next year, from this video and then 3 additional end of year videos are going to be, I'm going to continue my apprenticeship, is the plan for next year. So that's going to go for a while. It's going to be like it's going to be the channel's 4th or 5th year anniversary is when I'm finally going to say I'm free from my apprenticeship, I'm fully qualified, and now I'm going to take it to a full-time permanent job so that way I can save up enough money to move over to Europe. So, yeah. That's my plan for 2025. I've been yapping way too much. It's a Sunday. I've been recording for 23 minutes, so at this point it's almost 8 p.m. at night. So, yeah. If you've been watching the whole time, you've probably progressively seen, I've just looked at my phone now, you've probably progressively seen the room get darker and darker, because the last time I looked at it was, like 15 minutes in or something like that, and through the phone, the room was pretty light, and now looking through it, it looks pretty dark, so, I've been here for a little while. It's nearly 8 o'clock now. But yeah, so... Look, the reason I talk so much, I like to talk to you guys. I really do. It's when I record, it feels a lot like a journal. And if I ever do a journal, I have no problem just yapping forever and ever and ever. But then at the same time, I also remember there's an audience on the other side watching this, and they do not want to listen to me ramble. So I cut down the videos as much as possible, and they still end up being like 15-20 minutes long, which, for a commentary channel, which is basically what I am, there's no way that, like, most people are not going to watch a 20-minute video of someone just yapping, I wouldn't. I would consider myself to have a pretty good attention span. I would be really bored at the end of it unless they talked about something interesting. So I genuinely do want to make an effort to make my videos shorter to some level, so that way you all can get the same amount of content without me yapping on forever. But I am a yapper. Blame my dad for that. He taught me it from a very young age. Blame my dad for that. Anyway, that's everything. And yeah, I will see you in 2025. Bye, everybody.